The definition of anger, I like this. The definition of anger is an emotional punishment you give yourself for somebody else.
Oof. That's big. You know, anger can be destructive or anger can be constructive. And we're not really taught in our society how to use anger. You know, extreme athletics and sports and competition is one way to channel anger, but it's unconscious. There's no real connection made to the source of the anger that wells up within us. And we often, most of us, because we do not confront the uncomfortable within ourselves, we get stuck with anger. And it turns into shame, it turns into guilt, it turns into compensation for all of that shame and all of that pain and all of that fear that we're feeling and all of that aggression and rage. And we don't like to feel that because it's very uncomfortable. We're told it's not healthy to feel that, so we don't want additional shame being laid on top of us. And so we compensate. We purposely seek very extreme or unique or peak experiences such as orgasm or adrenaline-seeking activities to mask that anger that we're feeling. Or we channel it into creating and proving ourselves. So now we develop a habit and a pattern of proving. This is so common in the realm of men, especially in the corporate world. You've got to be bigger and better than the next person. And it's keeping up with the Joneses as well, but you're never satisfied because you're not really addressing the core wound that's associated with your actions and with your behaviors. I see this in men particularly all the time. I saw it in myself for so long. An unwillingness and inability to really look at the source of that stuff. And instead we just numb it, we avoid it, alcohol, drugs, sex, food, you name it. And not only does that happen where we numb, but now we develop an unhealthy relationship with something that is actually life-giving, something that is beautiful, something that is us in being, which is sex, lovemaking, food. It activates a part of us that is nourishing, that sits in the essence of life expansion. But because of our reliance and the nature and the relationship of that reliance, it's now tainted. So now we move into contracted states of being. We forget who we are, we don't remember, and that anger is still not dealt with and it leaks out. It projects, it blames others, it moves into ego, it doesn't take self-responsibility, and we lose ourselves as a result of that.